Ever been duped into believing something that's not true? You're not alone. Can you tell which of these images are legit and which are fake? If you guessed they're all fake, you were right. In fact, this voiceover isn't even a real voice.
This is my real face and voice.
A very small number of corporations manage a lot of the platforms that we rely on to communicate with each other. And those platforms weren't necessarily designed to share accurate information.
The majority of people believe that the media they use is contaminated with untrustworthy information.
Disinformation disproportionately impacts already marginalized communities.
Conversely, tech platforms invest close to 90% of resources fighting disinformation in North America and a few major European languages, leaving a lot of people behind.
We focus on disinformation and begin to build resilience within communities to push back against it.
When somebody walks into their polling station, we need that person to matter, we need their opinions to matter. And this is the biggest substantive threat that we have.
To solve the world's most pressing problems, we need to trust those closest to the challenge. These are the solutions that make our world a better place for everyone. This is Rethinking Possible.
Disinformation might be video or a piece of content taken out of context, which has the goal of making somebody look bad or of potentially trying to make that situation worse and more chaotic.
Disinformation.
Disinformation.
Disinfo.
Disinformation.
The past few decades have democratized the process, but they've been around for a very long time. There are stories going back to the Romans using coins and slogans and poems to try and spread disinformation. But the technological era that we're living in has massively accelerated the tactics and tools that are available for people who want to deliberately spread false information.
Recent effects of disinformation include political violence in Kenya, a mob killing in India, and violence against the Rohingya people.
Success for digital action is about corporate accountability. Can we put in place the systems that just make sure that the very wealthy corporations are thinking through the impact that they can have? It's also about just building some of that connective tissue so that as an ecosystem, we're all contributing to making the online world safer and to making accountability for big tech a reality.
Many in the global south and in underrepresented communities experience the internet primarily through social media platforms, with a vast majority of these digital arenas overseen by US companies. These spheres of influence become fertile ground for disinformation, impacting these regions disproportionately.
The question is, how do we empower communities to fortify their truth? Because the waiting line at the doors of established global witnesses who are adequately resourced is a long line. They can't cater to the needs of the diverse communities that need their support. My name is Nkem Agunwa, and I'm the Africa Program Manager at Witness.
Witness is a human rights organization that employs video technology and targeted training to combat disinformation globally. Their unique approach is anchored by fostering media literacy, cultivating collaboration across disciplines, and implementing initiatives such as the Verify Before Sharing campaign.
Misinformation and disinformation are dangerous.
All to build resilient communities capable of mitigating disinformation.
We brought together journalists, human rights defenders, fact checkers. We brought the tech platforms themselves, technologists, the academia. And at the end of the 3-day convening, we came up with key factors
to effect meaningful change beyond their own reach. Witness partners with a multitude of organizations.
When people say to me, we picked up your blog post on gender disinformation and we turned that into a tip sheet, which we disseminated with young girls in South Africa. That gladdens my heart. And when the little Waynes come, acknowledge them, celebrate them, dance if you must, and keep going.
In 2024, people in 70 countries are going to be going to the polls. This is one of those mega cycle years. When we get to the end of 2024, what are the stories that we're going to have at that point in time in order for the next wave of regulation, of platform action to be responding to the needs as they're being expressed in countries like Egypt, like Mexico, like India, which haven't shaped the policy response and they haven't shaped platform responses. all manner of things that are going to be necessary in order for 2024 to be a year when democracy is reinforced rather than damaged.
I don't think I see a world without disinformation, but I would like to see a world where we have built enough resistance and resilience to push back against it, where communities are not shut out, communities are not blindsided. We all have equal access to the tools that we need to confront, to challenge, and to conquer disinformation when it presents itself.